magnificent February 24th, 2021. I'm at Rahway, New Jersey. Just got here. Looking at the signal bridge at the south end of the platform. We got a long branch train just arriving with an ALP 46. Time is 3:20 p.m. Bound for Long Branch. You'll be leaving the northeast corridor here at Union Interlocking. Classic colored position light signals here. They're like this all the way down the northeast corridor. In the right center you can see an old tower. That's Union Tower. It's now closed. It's a remote interlocking now. This is where the line towards South Amboy Bay Head diverges off the northeast corridor. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better late February day than this. It's 55 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. After the kind of weather we've had thus far in February, this is a most welcome sight. We deserve this. Hopefully the rest of the winter will be uneventful as far as snowfall goes. This station was, well, Rahway itself was reached by rail in 1833. This particular station was built in 1913. That's when it was elevated through town. The station building here was rebuilt by New Jersey Transit in 1999. Just to the north of here, there was an old station called North Rahway. That was closed in 1993. That served the gigantic Merck pharmaceutical plant, which is still in business. Rahway is within the famous Pennsylvania Railroad 6 roads. You got 6 tracks here. You got track B on the left of the platform. You got 4, 3, 2, 1, and where the other platform is to New York is track A. That's a Trenton Express. He's due out of New York at 2:59, makes Newark, well, Secaucus, Newark, and then New Brunswick. 40 minutes to cover the run from New York to New Brunswick. Pretty fast timing. Rahway is a great spot to see high-speed action on both Amtrak and New Jersey Transit. There are a number of trains that go right by here, as you had just witnessed. You got to be alert around here. That was the Cell Express 2157 from Boston to Washington. And that's a Jersey Avenue to New York train pushed by ALP 46, 46, 26. They're rated at 7,100 horsepower. The AL 46As, they're numbered 4629 on up, are rated at 7,500 horsepower. 336 approaching headed to New York is train 3954 from Trenton to New York. He's an express from New Brunswick to Newark Airport. Yeah, he's doing the limit. I think the speed limit here is 90. I think New Jersey Transit trains on the corridor can do a max of 100. This is train 3256 en route from Long Branch to New York. The train is pulling some of the older single-level Comet cars. About to pass southbound at 348 is this train 97, the Silver Meteor from New York to Miami. He'll be coming fast. He's in a hurry. Got a lot of Viewliner sleepers on there, probably a diner included in there. It's the peak season for travel to Florida, even in the middle of the pandemic. People are going there. That New Jersey Transit train you saw heading to New York that pulled in and out of the station had the Comet 4 cars, and the cab car at the end is a Comet 5. Those are the newest single-level coaches that New Jersey Transit uses. Silver Meteor departs New York at 3:15 these days. I rode that train in 1965. It departed New York at 2:50 p.m. Pennsylvania Railroad GG1 to Washington, RF and PE8s to Richmond Broad Street Station, and Seaboard Airline E units to Avon Park, Florida. That's north of Sebring. That's where we went. The pride of the Seaboard Airline Railroad, the Silver Meteor. The name lives on. 349, we have a Trenton train stopping here at Rahway on track B. And this is train 3853, departing off of track B for Trenton. Shoved by an ALP45 DP in electric mode. Tough sun angle. Here comes 3856 from Trenton to New York with double-decker cars at 4:05. And that was Amtrak 173 from Boston to Washington, speeding by with an ACS 64. ALP46 shoving on the rear. You can see some snow on the ground, but that's not long for this world with this kind of weather. Kind of a New York bound deadhead move at 408. consulted with an Amtrak engineer, a former Amtrak engineer, who advised the speed limit for New Jersey Transit through here is 100. And for Amtrak, it's 110, not 90. It's the signal for track 3, used by Amtrak primarily. It should be transitioning. I think that's a advanced approach signal. The one on the right is, on track 4, is a clear. I was told by that former Amtrak engineer that the speed limit from Elmora, that's the first interlocking south of Elizabeth Station, to here for Amtrak is 125, and then it drops to 110 from here to Edison, New Jersey. You signal aficionados, the signal on the left, track 3, that's a medium clear. The train on that track is going to proceed through the switch, and the signal on the right is a clear, track 4. Arriving at 4:15 is train 3855 from New York to Trenton. It went non-stop from Newark Airport to here. Double-decker push-pull. Yeah, when they're running on track 4, they can't stop at Linden because they don't platform there. I think this train is heading down the North Jersey coast. Train 3255. This can be a busy place at times. You see an approach medium signal like that on track 3, that's a tip-off for a train for the North Jersey coastline. 3255 runs non-stop from Newark to Woodbridge. Then he goes on down to Long Branch with a connection for Bayhead. Here comes another Trenton, New York train. His last stop was Metro Park. He won't stop here. At 4:22. Well, at 4:27 p.m. I missed Amtrak 651, the Keystone from New York to Harrisburg. Somebody was asking me for directions. Here comes a hot shot. Might have been 3721 from New York to Jersey Avenue. His first stop is Metro Park. Now this is 3721, first stop Metro Park. train that passed before him on track 3 was 3943. That runs from New York to Trenton. He's non-stop from Newark to Princeton Junction. That's a real high-stepping train. 56 minutes, New York to Princeton Junction. 48-mile trip. Got an Amtrak heading for New York at 4:48. That should be 94 en route from Newport News, Virginia to Boston. Catching me by surprise at 4:53 was the Pennsylvanian, train 42, en route from Pittsburgh to New York. Just about to complete his long daytime journey. With Arrow MUs at 4:55, that was 3723, to Jersey Avenue. First stop is Metro Park. I'll take that kind of weather in February. We're at the other end of the platform. Got a New York-bound New Jersey Transit set of equipment. That express was 3896 en route from Trenton to New York. At 5:07, approaching on track 3, should be train 3361 en route from New York to Bayhead. First stop after Newark is Avenel on the Jersey coastline. He should have the Erie-Lackawanna Heritage Unit, and he does. Yes, he's got a medium clear signal here at Union. He's going to switch on to the North Jersey coastline here. Well, this is 3947 from New York to Trenton. Newark to Princeton Junction non-stop at 5:15. Flying. Comet 4s and 5s. And that's train 3861, a local to Trenton. He was passed up by 3947. This train will get to Princeton Junction 11 minutes later than that train will. Jersey Arrow MUs. Some New York-bound Bombardier double-deckers arriving at 5:22. Golden sunlight here. Splendid day. Cell Express gaining on this guy. That was 2167 from Boston to Washington at Acela. 3862 from Trenton to New York. Next stop is Linden. Carousel Express that overtook 3862 to New York was 2170 en route from Washington to Boston. 525, this is 3165, New York to Jersey Avenue. Next stop is Metro Park. Got Arrow MUs. Well, if I was blindfolded, I definitely could tell that would be an Arrow MU by that smell, that electric smell. .530, that was 3949 from New York to Trenton. Another one of those Newark to Princeton expresses. That one caught me by surprise. You got to be alert here. Comes a New Jersey Transit Express at 532 northbound. That was 3864 from Trenton to New York. By at 5:30. Ooh, double-ended ACS 64s. I've never seen that before. That's en route from New York to Harrisburg, train 653. Maybe they were short of cab cars because they have to do a reverse move at Philadelphia. Comes a New York-bound transit train at 540. And coming now at 540 is train 3263. Route from New York to Bayhead. After Newark, his next stop is Woodbridge. We'll be switching on to the Jersey coast here. Limited approach signal there on track 2. Well, this is 3266 coming in from Long Branch to New York. Beautiful twilight sky. He's off to New York as train 3363 is stopped on track B. He's headed for Long Branch.
station, Rahway station.
It's train 3866 from Trenton to New York. Safe journey, buddy.
Thank you. You too.
And this train obscured Amtrak 193, bound for Washington, rushing past on track 3.
Next station stop is Linden. Linden, next station stop.
Friendly crew on board. High-stepping trains at 5:53. Get those arrows while you can. They're eventually going to be replaced by double-decker MUs New Jersey Transit wants to get. That was train 3898 from Trenton to New York. He's non-stop from Princeton Junction to Newark. A real high-stepper. And at 6:03, that was another one of those 3900 series trains. Expresses from New York to Trenton. That one makes Princeton Junction the next stop after Newark. It's got a limited clear signal on track number 2. Might be for a Jersey Coast job. See a couple of headlights approaching from New York at 6:08. One of them I think is 3267 for Long Branch. He makes his first stop Woodbridge after Newark. I think that's what this train is that's closest to me. Yeah, this is 3267. He's got the limited clear signal here at Union. By an ALP 46A. Now you can see him going off the main. He's going under the duck under. Going down into the what they call the eastbound hole. And 2 more headlights. This one on local. Unmistakable horn signaling the approach of some Arrow MUs. to Trenton. He's a local with the RMUs. The other train is headed for the Jersey coastline. Well, it's been a fun time watching the fast action here at Rahway, getting ready to catch my train back to New York on what turned out to be a glorious late February day with a superb sunset and twilight. And back in Penn Station, New York, and before I catch my train back to Long Island, I'm going to take one glimpse of this beautiful Moynihan train hall. Something New York City can be proud of.